Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're gonna make sugar-free, low-carb, homemade strawberry jam. Coming up next. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're gonna make some beautiful, sugar-free, low-carb, homemade strawberry jam that's easy. Totally easy. If I, as a Sesame Street chef, can do this, you can too. But first, if you like this video, smash that like button. Make sure you click subscribe to see all things keto, all things intermittent fasting, and also sign up for my free weekly Weight Loss Wednesday keto meal plan that's emailed directly to your inbox as my gift to the Countess of Low Carb community along this weight loss journey. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna dive into my recipe. I'm gonna show you guys, we literally live near a farm in Shenandoah Valley, so I could go pick our own fresh strawberries to make this delicious recipe. Let's dive in. So we have tons to pick from of our strawberries here in the Shenandoah Valley. These beautiful strawberries. We're gonna go ahead and pick those right off the vine. Okay, so for my sugar-free strawberry recipe, low carb, amazing homemade recipe is all in the description link below. I don't expect you to read my chicken scratch. The ingredients that you're going to need are 2 cups of berries. I use strawberries. You can also use blackberries. Blueberries have the highest carb count, so to make this low carb, pick like a raspberry, a blackberry, a strawberry, as opposed to a blueberry, but you could intermix whatever you have on hand. They can also be frozen berries. I just like the fresh ones because we could go pick them. So first you're going to wash off your berries to make sure if they're fresh berries, make sure you wash them off. I have a great how to remove pesticide video that I will put in the description link below of where you can easily rinse off your strawberries or berries. I'm cutting my strawberries, I just cut off parts like this, just so it's like the nicer, fresher section. And then if it's somewhat like squishy, I do not include that. For example, for my fresh cut strawberry, this will not be making the cut because it's completely like squishy and moldy. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my strawberries to my saucepan, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my water and my sweetener. And then you're gonna chop up your berries and put them into a pot that you're gonna put on boil. I mashed my berries with a ladle to help kind of get the juices out, to really help it boil, to make it super bubbly. And I left it on a high boil for 5 minutes, depending. Check your berries to make sure a liquid should be coming out. That's what you're wanting, is liquid to be coming out of the berries and to make them super mushy, soupy, but still have some granulars of the strawberries in it. So I just reduced the heat. I'm just gonna stir it a little bit, let that simmer. So I used 2 tablespoons of my swerve. So I've got my water in here, I've got my swerve in here, this is the last bit, and now I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up to boiling and get this on a boiling heat, and come back and check on it in a minute. So while this is a sugar-free recipe, I am using swerve, which is a different sugar. It does not spike your insulin like other sugars would. And this is the brand that I recommend that's keto approved. I will put this in the description link below, as most people usually don't have that on hand. I know my grocery store does not carry it. And as you're boiling that, you'll also add onto it your swerve, say that 5 times fast, swerve sugar. Then I also had added my coconut milk powder into it too. I used 1 tablespoon of the organic coconut milk powder. This stuff is awesome, by the way. This is very cool. It's 2 carbs per 1 tablespoon. This thing's awesome. And I'm gonna let it sit for about 15 minutes and come back to it. Next, I used 1 tablespoon of my chia seeds. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my chia seeds in, and I'm going to go ahead and spin this around, stir this around, and let this sit for a little bit. Then once I know that that had been boiled, I turn off the heat and I add into it my chia seeds, and I let that sit for about 15 minutes. After it's cool, I add into it my vanilla extract and mix that around. Now that it's been sitting for a bit, I'm just going to go ahead and add my vanilla and give this a little stir around. It's nice and thick. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to try this. That looks amazing. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it into some containers. So it made these 3 sizes. I'm gonna go ahead and try to attempt to freeze one of them. I have no idea if they will freeze or not. By the way, I love these little mason jars. I will put them in the description link below. I've had these for years. It's what I made my son's baby food out of, or tried to make his baby food out of, and these have held up for years and years, so I highly recommend them. But this is done. It looks amazing. I'm going to add it to a top of my keto bagel recipe that I have. She's looking it over. She's like, please drop some. I will add on there to my keto bagel recipe some butter, some cream cheese, and a little bit of this jam. How good does that look? Like, that would be great on some heavy whipping cream. It would be great for like a keto dessert of the heavy cream. I'm so excited. This tastes, it tastes amazing. And I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator to get it a little bit firmer. Once I know it's cool, what I love to use are these awesome mason jar containers. I will put them in the description link below. We use these for making my son's baby food. They have great lids. You can use the metal lids, but I like the plastic ones. These are just really simple, really simple. And what I do is I freeze these, and then you can just take them, pull them out as you use them. In terms of shelf life, I would say, 3-4 days, check it. Check the smell, see how it smells. You could feasibly can these. I don't know how to can. Again, I'm the Sesame Street chef. I don't know how to can it. I don't know how to can these. You could though, if you were a canner. Instead, I'm just freezing mine and taking them out of the freezer and then just letting them thaw as we use them. So I'm going to make some more of these with different berry flavors. Of course, with it being low carb, it could be awesome with blackberries or raspberries as they come in season. I'm making these and going to our local farmers, picking the berries, but if you find like a great deal at ALDI or a great deal at like Walmart or Target on berries, make this recipe with it. It's super simple. Like, this is royal weight loss meets real life, making it super simple and incorporating it into your lifestyle. So I use this recipe also on top of my keto ice cream, which was really heavy cream that I mixed together. Put this on top, put a few berries on there. Okay, this sugar-free low carb jam is amazing. That is so good. I wish I could gift it to you all. If you are trying to not indulge in a sugary craving, this is a great substitute. I do like to give the caveat, sugar begets sugar, and so just be mindful, again, this is not a daily thing. This is like a treat once a week, maybe every couple of weeks, that you don't have on a regular basis. But I do have an awesome keto bagel recipe if you want to smear it on top of a keto bagel with butter and cream cheese and put a little bit of this on there. You could add a tablespoon onto a big bagel, and I have a great recipe to make those that are low carb, that are keto, that is delicious, and that falls in line with the sugar-free concept of having your homemade strawberry jam. So for the whole jam, let's talk macros here. The carbs for all of it are going to yield, I have 9 tablespoons that it yields from this recipe. Yours may be a little bit more or a little bit less depending on how much water you boil out of your fruit. For regular jam, it's 1 tablespoon is 19 carbs. Can you believe that? So for this sugar-free, low carb, homemade strawberry jam recipe, my carbohydrates are only 1 tablespoon equals 2 net carbs, or 6 carbs depending on which way you're counting and which ways you're tracking, right? Like, this would be not a daily thing that you have, but more of a treat if you're having near the holidays or things like that to have on hand. Have you signed up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email? Make sure you do that down in the description link below, as is this recipe. Also, make sure you smash that like button and click subscribe to see all things keto, all things intermittent fasting. Make it a powerful day, and see you on my next weight loss video.